Is there a part of you who looks back and or thinks, what would the 12-year-old you have thought about the fact that you're up there playing in front of some big crowds? I mean,
I'd hope he'd be chuffed.
Yeah, I think he would. I think he would. I mean, let's say you're pretty. You play a lot of shows.
Yeah.
You're very prolific in terms of releases. You've put 2 albums out in the last 12 months. I was going to say this year, but I think it was actually released on Boxing Day, the last one, the live album.
That's live.
Don't be apologetic. You are really pushed. You've pushed the music. It's not if this came as a struggle at first, it certainly seems to be coming more easy to you now.
Cool. Well, I'm glad that comes across. I think it's one of those. I don't know if you feel the same way. Obviously, you're a musician, songwriter who I respect a lot. But I sometimes feel like leading up to something, I've got all these nerves, and I kind of think like, why am I doing this? Why do I put myself through this? And then you get on stage. You pour out your heart, and if it goes well, you get a huge buzz from it. You feel like you've really got something off your chest, and then you come off thinking, I want to do it again. I want to do it again. And then the next time it's, why am I doing this? Why am I doing? And it's that weird cycle of, I didn't start writing songs in order to necessarily play them live. I did it to express myself. But the more I did it, the more I thought, why not? Why shouldn't I be on stage? Why shouldn't anyone be on stage? Do you know what I mean? And I'm glad that I got into punk and I got into grunge, and I sort of realised that anyone should give it a go. If you want to express yourself through music, get on stage and try it, And it's scary, but, there's plenty of other, more annoying people who have the limelight, so why not, your everyman person.
Yeah, absolutely. Going forward, I'm interested in where the next album's going to take you then.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind that this one you see as being a bit of a sea change in terms of the lyrical content, if nothing else.
Yeah.
From the one before, so it's become more kind of personal. Where's the next one going? Is it going to change again, or are you?
I'm not sure yet. I don't necessarily always lead it, and when I find that the more I try and take control of it, the worse it gets. I sometimes have to just relax and let it happen, sort of thing. Go a certain way. But it's funny. I was joking with a friend of mine the other day who's a songwriter. That every album or every CD that I do, I think, right, this one, I'm really going to strip it down. I'm just going to have one guitar and that's it. And then I get more, I sort of go, it's a bit thin. I'll put a little bit more on. And before I know it, it's like 30 guitar tracks and this, that and the other. And I go, well, the next one I'll do a stripped down version. So it was quite nice to do that live one you were talking about, where it was just me and a guitar in Wigan church, and with the great acoustics there and everything. So that was fun, sort of listening to that. And yeah,
for me, I mean, having seen you live 2 or 3 times, and not including the times you've played for us here in the studio as well, but I like when your albums aren't just the guitar, because I feel like that those songs come alive really when you play them live.
Yeah.
They have that real kind of honest, raw feel to them. And actually, the fact that there's other instruments on the album, it's nice to hear the song in 2 different kind of ways.
Yeah,
a little bit,
yeah,
really.
no, that's a good point. And I do enjoy playing other instruments as well. And I've always loved harmonising with songs on the radio and stuff. So it's quite fun to come up with harmony parts. And I've been teaching myself bass guitar, so doing a bit of that and a bit of keyboards or whatever. Even a little bit of drums on this last album as well, which was fun.
Right. And the bass guitar that leads us on to Brave New World, who you talked about before. There's been promise of an album for some time now. Is that going to see the light of day?
I hope so. We've recorded a few songs with Glenn, really good producer in Crew. So we'll see. I hope so.
How did that all come about, Brave New World?
It was me wanting to get the confidence up to be in a band again, really. But I kind of felt I'd go for the cliche thing of the bass player, where you can just stand at the back and not influence things too much or not have any responsibility. But yeah, as of doing it, I really enjoy playing bass. I'd never realised what an important part it is in a band until I played it. It's kind of the cement. It's all, you play all the notes that everyone else doesn't play. Yeah. So, and you don't realise it's not there until it's not there. So yeah, I've enjoyed coming up with quite sort of melodic sort of bass lines. Really, it's been fun.
It's kind of quite hard though, isn't it? It's not an instrument that you can practice at home, but it's not like a guitar. It's difficult on your own. You need to be there with
definitely
the drummer usually just to get that kind of locked together. But you're enjoying playing the bass then?
Yeah, it's good fun. It's totally different to playing guitar, so yeah, it's a new challenge. I like it.
Before we have one final song from you, just what do the next few months hold? Have you got any more gigs coming up? Are we going to see?
Yeah, I've written some stuff down here. Just let me get my notes because I always forget at this point. It takes all I've got to remember my lyrics, so I forget who I am and what I'm doing. Yeah, obviously I'm going to be writing some new songs soon, and I've got a Labour fundraiser gig at the Box in Crewe on October the 23rd.
Okay.
I'm playing that with Brave New World as well. There's some really good bands on that night, so if you can come down, that'd be really cool. And yeah, getting married in December. That's just that little thing, you know.
Are we all invited?
Well. I'm kind of hoping some people are going to drop out because we've realised we can't afford it at all at the moment. So if you're listening...
If you're a friend of Tim and you're listening, then he won't be offended if you say you've got something better to do. Yeah.
I love you all, but I can't afford you all. That's the problem. Yeah. I'm just hoping after that to sort out some more gigs in the new year, really. But
I'd sort out some more before the wedding if you need some more money.
Yeah, well, yeah, I am. I'm playing a sort of covers gig. I said that like a swear word then, didn't I?
Yeah.
I think if you're a songwriter, you do through gritted teeth, but needs must. On November 26th, I think, and that's in Hertford near Northwich, so I don't know if that's too far for people, but that might be quite fun as well.
Yeah.
Hearing me trying to butcher some covers.
Yeah, okay, interesting. Can you give us an example of one of the songs you might be playing?
Well, I only tend to cover songs that I really like, so it'll be stuff like Neil Young, Paul Simon, like I said, maybe a couple of John Legend songs, and some soul, Motown, that sort of thing, really.
Yeah.
I've got quite eclectic taste, so that helps in that sort of way.
Interesting. I feel like I kind of want to see you play covers.
Oh, okay.
That would be interesting. But we're going to have one final song which is not a cover, it's from the current album. Oh, before we get on to that, just want to say we loving your t-shirt that you're wearing tonight.
Oh, thank you, yeah.
I mentioned about your actual writing, your literary writing.
Yeah.
You've written a book in the past about the subject that's on your t-shirt, which is Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, yes.
Have I imagined it that you're working on something new?
No, I think I've got enough on my plate at the moment, but yeah, just lots of songs at the minute.
Yeah, okay. I must be confusing you with somebody else, but I thought I'd seen somewhere on social media in the past that you were thinking of writing something.
I'm always thinking about writing something. Whether I actually do it is another thing.
All right, so what we